In previous vlogs I've talked about the great use of medium format and why I'd like to use medium format. It gives you a quality, it gives you very low grain, it gives you a brilliant image. So you've decided to go into medium format, and as I said previously, you've got quite a few options of the type of camera. The 2¼ twin lens reflex was very popular in the 1950s. One issue with them is you've got a fixed lens and you can't easily change the lens. When the Japanese were getting into cameras in the 40s, 50s and 60s, one manufacturer really stood out for twin lens cameras, and that was Mamiya. And Mamiya came out with a Model C camera, and then they did I think it was a C220, and they began to produce some fantastic medium format twin lens cameras. The most upmarket camera of these was the C330, which is a superb camera. All the Mamiya twin lens reflexes have this wonderful feature that the lenses actually, if I just pop this down here, I will need my glasses, you can actually change the lens. So I've got a standard lens here, but I've got a telephoto and I've got a wide angle lens. So the great thing about this medium format camera is you've got a variety of lenses. As I said, the C220 I think came out in about 1974. I would have to check that, but it was a later camera and it was designed as to be a bit lighter, and it was a slightly down market version of the 330. The 330 is a crank handle, and this is halfway between a knob and a crank, so the handle is slightly less, the body is lighter, and on this model you still have to set the shutter manually. However, because it's lighter, I personally slightly prefer this model, and it's a tiny bit cheaper. The model to look for, a lot of, what's the word, hype is talked about the blue button. If you have a lens with this blue, it's supposed to be a better lens. I think that's a bit of hype, but never mind, it looks nice. This lens is a 2.8 80mm. I use this camera quite a lot, and it's got a film in. If it didn't have a film in, I would demonstrate how to load. However, it's got a film in, so I can't. They're brilliant to use. You stand up, you focus here, like so. They will focus really close, so you can actually, without the use of extension tubes, you can work on still life. So it's excellent for products. Of course, you've got a slight issue with the lenses being not the same lens with power outs. No, however, there is an indicator in the viewfinder to help, and there's an indicator here. The quality of image on these cameras is fantastic. So you've got wonderful image quality, you've got flexibility of lenses, and they look fantastic. What's not to like about the Mamiya? If you can find a good one, grab it. The only things you might need to watch, sometimes remember the shutter is in with the lens, and I've had a couple of lenses which have been a bit sticky or lazy. This one on here is brilliant. And the other thing you have to be a bit careful of is the bellows. A lot of these were used professionally and they worked solidly. So look carefully at the bellows for any damage. However, find a good one and you will love it, I'm sure. So first, the Mamiya C220. I would highly recommend these.